Hello and welcome back to my channel, Awkward Bean Studios. If you haven't already seen it, I encourage you to watch part 1 of this little tutorial / sew with me before watching this. It'll make a lot more sense. As usual, you can follow along with me or just kind of hang out, listen to music, work on whatever you want. So let's get right into the video. So in part 1, I left off having done the first 2 triangles of the first color. Then my next triangle is going to be right here. How do I not make a shadow? This stinks. Right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mark it again, just to be on the safe side. Up and over. So that's gonna be right here. Alright. And then I'm gonna do the same thing that I did over here. And I'm gonna mark there. There and mark here. 3, 4, and here. Like so. And then if we did it correctly, move for a second. If we did it correctly, then these will line up. Yep, that lines up. And these will line up. Yep. And then we can begin. Hi, me from the future again. I just wanted to quickly mention that if you don't like this style of marking that I'm doing, you can also do something more detailed like this. Oops, I'm not in frame. We can begin. Right over here. Let me know down in the comments. Is this relaxing? Are you getting motion sick from the shaking? Or did I fix it? Do you want me to talk less? Do you want me to talk more? Am I going too fast? Just what are your overall feelings? if you're trying cross stitch for the first time, you can also tell me how you're liking it. Does it seem like something that you're gonna get into? Is it too boring? Like I said earlier, or in my last video, and I can't remember, you can do this while listening to music or like watching Netflix or something, if you practice the movements enough. Then you'll be able to, you know, occupy your brain with something else at the same time. So it won't be as boring. I'm thinking probably the way I edit this video is I'm gonna speed up most of this, but maybe I'll try and leave it slow for the first color. And then slow it down if I have something to say. Alright, and that is the third triangle done. So I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to turn it like I did before so I don't make a shadow. And I'm going to tuck it under these horizontal lines. I guess I didn't officially explain this earlier, but I like to tuck my thread under at least 2 stitches, but preferably 3. Okay. And then, did I accidentally cut that? No. And then this little piece that's left over, it's so short that it's not really worth it to me to try and get any stitches out of it, so I'm just gonna toss that out and start a new strand. Alright, so we are on the last row of this color. So before I start, I'm going to mark, let's see, so that's gonna be, it's gonna be right here, I believe. Yeah, that looks right. Trying to make it so you can see what I'm doing. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. All right, and then that, and then 1, 2, 4. When you use a marker, you always want to triple check before you touch the marker down onto the fabric that this is actually where you are wanting to mark. Because like I said, there's no going back here. And that's that. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to put a little piece of tape right here. There. So now that little tail won't get in our way, and we can easily remove the tape later without it damaging anything. Okay. Aw, man. When you're first starting out, especially, you're gonna be re-threading your needle a lot. But try not to get frustrated and just accept it as part of the learning journey. And just calmly re-thread. If it's happened to you a lot of times already, take a deep breath. Remember, you're doing this because you're trying to relax. So try and keep that energy. Sometimes your little tails that you make will try and get involved too, and that can be frustrating. But try and stay calm and just calmly pull it out of the way. just think about what your project is gonna look like at the end and how amazing it's gonna be. And how fun it is to learn a new skill. Try and imagine that feeling of accomplishment you're gonna have. Oh, and we got a big old cat hair in there. Hang on. Can you see it? Right here. Alright, if you are following along with my colors, we're almost done with the first color. That's pretty cool. Oh, my thread is getting all twisted, so I'm gonna let my needle dangle for a moment. Alright. Excuse me. And you just have to let your thread dangle for 2 seconds. You don't have to hold it there. the last time with this color. Gonna tuck the thread under the stitches on the back. Pull it through. Beautiful. And cut. Okay. So now I'm gonna show you how to get rid of those little tails on the front. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull the little tails to the back. And then there's probably a better method. I shouldn't have pulled that one yet. There's probably a better method. But what I like to do is I like to take just my needle without any thread on it, and I stick it through where I want the end of the thread to go. And then I take my threader and I stick it through the hole in the needle. And then I'm going to move the end of the thread underneath the loop of the threader, and then with just the metal tip of a mechanical pencil, or carefully with your scissors, you're going to make the little end come up into the threader, and then you're gonna use the threader to pull the thread through the needle. Come on. There we go. You're gonna pull the needle through those loops. Ta-da! And that's what it looks like. And then you just cut off the extra. If you want, you can leave longer tails and then just thread the thread through the needle and push it through the loops like normal. But I found that with this method, you can make the tails shorter, so you can make the most of your thread. You can use as much of the thread as possible without having to waste any. And I really appreciate that.
Okay, so then I'm just gonna do the rest of those quickly. I'm gonna do this one sped up and then the other two off camera.
Hello. So it has been about a year since I filmed the first part of this video. So I need to remind myself what I'm doing. So I'm gonna put my little fabric back in the hoop. Wow, I really didn't center that very well, did I? Oh my goodness. What in the world? Why did I do it like that? I hope it is gonna fit in my frame okay, since it's not centered. That little black frame. I think I told you about that. I could be doing this on camera. Couldn't I? It might be helpful. Okay, that is really far to the left. What was I thinking? So as you can see by our little pattern, we just did the 340, if you're following along with me, and that is the third darkest. So then we're gonna be doing, what should we do next? I think I was planning to do the darkest one next, the 3746. I just checked the analytics for my first video and I saw that right now it only has 4 views. So I think a lot of people probably got intimidated by the fact that it was almost an hour long. But I promise not all of my content will be that long, and hopefully not even most of it. I just wanted to take my time with that since it was for beginners. So anyway, the next little tip I wanted to show you was something that I actually learned over this last year, and that is, if you know that you're going to be starting out a new thread with a horizontal line, then you can actually tuck in your little tail right from the start. You don't have to leave it out like this and tuck it in later. So let me show you that. Try not to make a shadow over the project, but it's not always easy. So you're gonna come up exactly where you want and go down on the diagonal. And then you're gonna come up again. Is that focusing? Are you focusing? You better be focusing. So you come up on the diagonal, or you start to, and then you flip over your project, and you're gonna stick that tail through that loop. Like that. And then you can pull on this little stitch here until the end is the length that you want. And then you look like that. Hi, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Sorry this video took so long to get out. I'm still really new to filming and editing, so thank you for being patient with me while I'm figuring out my style. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate you hitting that like button so I know what people are interested in. And if you want to see similar content, and if you want to see part 3, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you later. Bye!